So I'm Tjodolf Sommestad. I'm Chief Development Officer at King.
Can you talk a little about the origins of King predating mobile when it came to like the online incubator program?
Yes, so at King we had a website at that time called king.com where we had 200 games that players were playing and enjoying and competing with others. One of those games that we launched on that site was Candy Crush. So that was before we turned it into Candy Crush Saga, where the idea was that you actually played against others and you competed, and like the person with the best score won.
What did it take for a game to stand out from all those other games and be transitioned over to become an actual franchise?
Well, we knew that Candy Crush on our website was one of our most popular games, and it was the same audience that was on Facebook playing games at the time, and that was also the audience for us with the players that were out there on mobile and looking for something fun to do. Was also the same type of audience. So we knew Candy Crush was a really great game. What we did was that we turned it into a saga, where players were no longer competing with each other, but they were playing with Tiffy and joining her in a saga, trying to complete level after level and getting that rewarding feeling as you complete a real challenging level as you go along.
Even back in those early days, casual games were very popular. There was lots of choices, just like there are today in mobile. What do you feel differentiated Candy Crush from anything else out there?
I think that we've found this balance where players can go into a game and relax. Like, we've designed the games to be enjoyed in what we say bite-sized moments, so you can enjoy it on the tube or when you have a short break from something else in your daily life. We found this balance where players can strategize. So like, it is challenging and like you need to have a strategy to be able to complete a level, but it's also quite relaxing as you do that, so you don't have to like spend your full brain power on actually like figuring out that next move. So it's like it is a puzzle game, but it's like quite easy to play through, but there is a strategy behind it. So we've found that like sweet spot of balance that so many players just enjoy playing.
What can you kind of talk a little about the core game as what stands out there from some of the spin-offs you guys have done over the years?
Yeah, I think Candy Crush has like, first of all, I personally love the theme, like with its childhood nostalgia and like the candies that you match and all these vibrations. I think it's relatable in a way for people, and like you recognize these like Swedish fish candies and like the color bombs, and the feeling when you match the color bomb with a stripe is very rewarding as like the whole board clears. And I think that the feeling of that there's always like, you can be in a tough situation, but then you find that like special move when you match two color bombs or color bomb with something else, and that's very rewarding, and it takes you so much closer to completing the level. So I think that we've found this balance, and like there's a lot of craftsmanship going into each and every level. So I think our level designers, they're building these levels on a daily basis and just making them better. They are really our heroes, because they're the players, the people at King that are making sure that players can really enjoy our game set.
We're here in Stockholm. Can you talk a little about how many people are here actually making these levels?
I actually don't know the exact numbers of level designers that we have now, but it's a very strong team. We have a lot of other people here in Stockholm as well, developers and artists that are changing the context that you're enjoying these levels in. So when we now celebrate the launch of level 5000, and we invite players to be on this journey where you join Tiffy in her garden party, and you help her clean up the mess that the bubblegum troll of course has created. That takes more than just the level designers to be able to create that in-game event and bring that to our players. So there's a lot of different skills that we need from people, and we have really great teams that are coming together and delivering this to our players.
I understand you guys put out approximately 30 levels per week. Can you just give us a sense of how many people it takes to do something like that?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the exact number, but I got an opportunity. So we had a big internal event here at King where we all got a chance, whether or not we were level designers, to get a chance to do a level. And I think it's quite easy to build a level using our editors. The real skill comes into how to actually craft it and make it fun and just hard enough or easy enough and enjoyable for our players. And I think that's where a lot of time and testing goes in. So it varies a bit depending on what type of level that our level designers wants to build.
As you guys get more and more levels, and like you mentioned, you have 5,000 that you're celebrating, what are the challenges of making sure you guys are doing things that haven't been done previously in the 4,999 other levels?
Yeah, I mean that is of course a challenge, but what we're doing is also we're innovating new, what we say, blockers and boosters. So like this kind of special candies that you can match, or these kind of obstacles that are in your way, like the chocolate or the bombs. And as we innovate new variety into the game, it offers also a lot of opportunities for our level designers to come up with new types of way of designing a level, and just make sure the game stays fresh and relevant, and like there's new interesting things for players. And I think like the way we now design the level 5000 event, that it really offers all players an opportunity, even if you're not at the end of Candy Crush Saga, because there's a lot of players there, but there's also, most of us are not there, including myself. We get a chance to enjoy, or like get a sneak peek of the variety that's coming ahead of us as we later will progress through the game.
Can you talk also a little about the other versions of Candy Crush that have come out over recent years?
Yeah, that's also another way for us. Like we've added 3 games to the family of Candy Crush. So now there's 4 family members out there. That's how we think about them. They're like our babies in a way. And all of them offer different variety to our players. So like we keep improving the original games, and we kept improving the games that are out there, but they all offer like a different type of flavor. Like the soda as an example, like the soda mechanics is of course a new innovation that we have in there. That's that game is really centered about. And I'm really proud also of the recent launch with Candy Crush Friends Saga, where we're introducing the characters, or the characters have been there, but we put them more into the center, so players really can start recognizing the characters and enjoy them more, and hopefully starting to understand a bit more about their personalities.
Are you guys finding people, as you launch new sisters in the family, they play all of them, or people migrate from one to the other?
Our idea is that they're part of family, so they're not sequels. So our intention is like there should be a game for everyone, and depending on what mood you're in, what type of challenge you want. So a lot of our fans are playing all of our games, including myself.
And even though you guys are well known with Candy Crush, can you talk about some of the other franchises you guys have going out there?
Yes, we have other successful franchises as well. Our second biggest franchise is Farm Heroes Saga, or the Farm Heroes franchise. That's just passed 1 billion total revenue, so like it's a really huge franchise. We also have Bubble Witch and Pet Rescue, they're big games. But we have many successful Saga games out there that players are enjoying, and like there's a game for everyone.
Can you talk a little about the global nature of King, and how you feel that translates to the global success you've had in the mobile and gaming space?
Yes, we have offices around the world. So when we launched Candy Crush like 7 years ago, we were essentially centered around Stockholm and London. We had small offices in some other places. Now we have offices across Europe and in the US, and I think that's important for us. That's one way for us to be diverse and really understand our players out there, and like and the differences between different cultures. We also have a lot of people that are coming into our offices from all over the world. So in Stockholm, there's a high percentage of our developers that are really from other places in the world, and I'm really proud, and like I really enjoy working with them, because like I get to learn from them, but it's also a way for us to really make better games, because it gives us a chance to really understand the differences between countries and people in those countries, and how they enjoy games in those countries.
And once Activision Blizzard, you became part of their family, one of the things they did was get you guys on TV. What were your thoughts on Candy Crush being a TV show?
Well, I wouldn't say that it was part of, like we worked on that before. Being a cultural phenomenon like Candy is, like we wanted to we're trying out different things and seeing how we can like be part of pop culture in different ways. So we worked on that game show. We think it was great. It was a great experience for us. There was a lot of fun and enjoyable moments in that game show as well. So it was something that we did together with Activision Blizzard, but it was still okay.
What other opportunities do you see for these characters moving forward, even beyond video games?
Yeah, we want to. I mean, one of the ideas that with Candy Crush Friends is that we wanted our players and our fans to really get to know our characters a bit better. I'm really proud of what the team has done in terms of developing these characters, and I think they're really fun and cute, and like they all have the different personalities. we've struggled a bit to get that across in some of our previous games. So with Candy Crush Friends, we really took that to the players, and we're starting to see that players are now, they know our characters a bit better, like our friends players know our characters a bit better, and we'll see where we take it from there.